arrives at the stadium for the final game, the game they've been pointing for ever since the season opened, the game that will decide the National Collegiate Baseball Championship for 1964. With all the introductions over, the Tigers of Missouri take the field and we're ready to play ball. Leading off for the Gophers, Duane Markus singles to right. And when the right fielder boots the ball, Markus goes to second. Notice the head-first slide just as Dick Siebert coaches it. Dave Hoffman bounces to short. And on the out at first, Markus takes third using the head-first slide again. After Bill Davis strikes out, Ron Wojciak flies to right. No runs, one hit for Minnesota in the first inning. With 2 out for Missouri in the first, Gary Woods draws a walk. Jim Sevcik loops a single over second. Woods goes all the way to third. But Bob Price strikes out on a changeup curve to end the threat. No runs, one hit for Missouri, no score after 1 inning. In the Minnesota second with 1 out, Frank Brosu grounds to short and goes all the way to second on the bad throw. Notice the correct base running. After Archie Clark fans for the second out, Dick McCullough triples to deep left center to send home the first run of the game. Brosu scoring from second. McCullough rounds second, slides into third. Pitcher Joe Pollack helps his own cause with a single to right, scoring McCullough. Markus flies deep to center for the third out. Minnesota scored 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 error. Leading off in the second for Missouri, Johnny Simmons draws a walk. Bob Robin also walks, moving Simmons to second. Sevcik's fly falls in front of the left fielder. Simmons, after holding up, comes in to score, and Sevcik takes second, but Robin is cut down, sliding into third. Harvey flies out to end the inning. Missouri scores 1 run on 1 hit and trails 2-1. In the Minnesota third, Davis draws a walk with 1 out. First pitch to Wojciak gets away, and Davis takes second. Wojciak then also walks. Cawley's ground ball forces Wojciak at second, but the relay to first is wild. It allows Davis to score, and Cawley will take second. Once again, note the correct base running by the batter. After fouling off a pitch, Brosu doubles down the left field line, sending Cawley across the plate. And after 2.5 innings, Minnesota leads 4-1. There's action in the Missouri bullpen in the top of the fourth as McCullough walks to open the inning. And now Coach Simmons calls in his ace relief pitcher, Jim Nelson. In 2 earlier relief appearances in the series, Nelson has not allowed a hit in 4 2/3 innings. Specializing in relief for the entire season, he has an earned run average of 0.50. With the infield looking for a bunt, Pollack bounces to third, but the third baseman's throw to second is dropped, and both runners are safe. Markus bunts right back to the pitcher. The throw is to third. It forces McCullough. Hoffman's tap back to the mound forces Markus at second, but the relay to first is late, and Pollack takes third on the play. With Davis at bat, Nelson wild pitches Pollack in from third with Minnesota's 5th run. That ends Gopher scoring in the 4th inning. Trailing 5-1 in the fifth, Missouri stirs things up a bit when pitcher Jim Nelson leads off the inning, walking on 4 straight pitches. After Harvey pops out, Esty singles to right. Nelson rounds second and barely gets back in time as the right fielder fires that ball to second base. Men on first and second, 1 out for Missouri. Woods grounds out. Davis to the pitcher who covers first. That moves the runners to second and third and brings up Missouri's cleanup hitter, Jim Savcic. Savcic hits the first pitch. It's a deep fly way out there to left center. The left fielder goes all the way back. He makes that catch against the fence almost 400 feet away. And this stops another Missouri threat, and at the end of 5, Minnesota leads 5-1. Fine defensive work like this by Cawley at third and Davis at first keep Missouri in check in the 6th, 7th, and 8th innings. And Minnesota showed the benefits of fine coaching in the 8th when Markus walked. Hoffman executes the sacrifice bunt perfectly to move that runner to second, but the Gophers failed to score. Going into the last of the 9th, trailing 5-1, Missouri sends Mike Strode to the plate. Joe Pollack throws strike 1. Pollack, just 3 outs away from the biggest victory of his life, takes plenty of time. Strike 2. 0-2. There's a waste pitch. And Strode swings and strikes out on that low curveball. 1 away now, and John Savcic is up. And on the mound, Pollack takes a deep breath. Strike 1. Minnesota players are pretty tense now. Change-up curve inside, evens the count. There's a fly ball into short left. Shortstop backing up, grabs it. 2 out. And the Minnesota infield whips that ball around. 1 out away now from a national championship. Pinch batter Dan Rudanovich is in. There's a fly ball to left field. Hoffman camps under the ball. He has it. He squeezes it tightly, and pandemonium breaks loose. All over the field in the dugout, the Minnesota players converge on the pitcher's mound. They're pounding pitcher Joe Pollack on the back. They're hugging each other. They can hardly believe it. Minnesota has won the 1964 National Collegiate Baseball Championship. And Pollack has been a key man for the Gophers. He pitched in 3 of their 4 victories, all of them complete games. And, of course, Minnesota has had other batting and fielding heroes, too. Right now, the entire team deserves congratulations and applause, and they're getting it. And, of course, there's no celebrating in the Missouri dugout as the Tigers are deeply disappointed. Now the entire Minnesota squad lines up along the first base line to await the presentation ceremonies. They're a happy bunch of youngsters now. Tonight makes all those months of work and practice seem worthwhile. And even Coach Dick Siebert finds it difficult to control his enthusiasm. General Chairman John Deasing of the College World Series extends his thanks to everyone who has helped present this classic. And here's the moment the Minnesota men have been waiting for, the presentation of the championship plaque by the Very Reverend H.W. Lynn of Creighton University, host for the College World Series. Coach Siebert accepts the award on behalf of his team and his school, and he pays particular tribute to his team captain, Duane Markus. For Siebert and for Minnesota, this represents a 3rd National Collegiate Baseball Championship. In 1956 and again in 1960, both presidential election years, Siebert brought his Gophers to Omaha and won the championship. Now he's 3 for 3 with the 1964 title. Michigan State's John Cobes presents the championship pennant to Minnesota. But in years to come, other teams will win this coveted honor. And right now in towns and cities across the United States, there are youngsters of all ages who are working toward the day when they too can be a part of the team that is crowned National Collegiate Baseball Champions.